I'm a fat man. Fat man. I'm a fat man. One of the work lads, my mates from work, bullied me into doing that. And I would happily do it again. Cause I'm a fat man. It's all about that bass. No trouble. Cause that's all about being fat and proud. It's all about that beast. Boot that beast. And welcome back to another edition of the Visual Guyz News, where Dan is slowly turning, right, I'm either turning into some extremely shit anime character or an extremely shit and very white KSI, because obviously bandana and he's got like a lot of hair, but he, you know, as much as I'm not a fan of KSI, at least he looks cooler than me. So make of this what you will. Kind of like one of them hip, you know, not hippie. You know, somebody that's like the Liver King, who's sort of like, even though he's a fraud, haha, you roidy bastard. But anyway, you know, he doesn't like groom himself, but yet he's still kind of rocking it. I'm like a shit version of that, where I haven't groomed in ages, but I do look shit. It's just more, I just can't be bothered. I like it. I'm slowly growing attached to it. It's doing something weird at the minute, because I've just not long had a shower, and like I brushed it so there's no knots, and then I scrumpled it up. And now it's like wanting to just... I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. This is the news. And visuals, how have you had a week? How have you had a week? How the fuck have you had a week? I meant to say, how has your week been? But instead, how is it physically possible that you've had a week? Your week is come and gone. Paris syndrome. Wanna go home. I think that's the words. We've got some diddly-daddly news to report. When I get to the Pokemon binder, I open up section 1. No, that's Lego I need to replace on page 1. Different bricks because somebody keeps eating them. Ah, the news. The news. The Saturday weekly programming by the Visual Guyz, where we tell you what the fuck is going down with some weird-ass news headlines. And we basically go, that's dumb. How long you as an audience can bear it, but there are some rules to watch a Visual Guyz News. You need a flask of coffee. If I move my fatness out of the way, can you see it there? The Mandalorian next to Bulbasaur. You need either a flask of coffee or some Coca-Cola. I will wait until you've made a coffee or got yourself some Coke. How do you do that game? Sailor went to CCC to see what he could CCC, but all that he could CCC was the bottom of the deep blue CCC. I don't know how that goes. How long has it been? Boil the kettle, get all your shit in, water, milk, stir. Or do you milk water? I water milk, but do you milk water? This is, you know, I guess, you know, tomatoes, you know, apples and oranges, or apples and pears. No, apples and whatever. Have you got your beverage yet? I'm going to carry on. My favourite time of year as well, visuals, because we're on the countdown to Christmas. What is it today? The 3rd? I haven't had my advent calendar yet. Neither of you up to us. We haven't had our advent calendar yet. We've got fucking 22 days, and it'll be Christmas Day. I'll have 2 weeks off from work. Yes! We're celebrating the ultimate of ultimate lazy days. Christmas Day is single-handedly the most ultimate lazy day, and I fucking love it because you just kick back, relax, new PJs because I'm still a child, new game on the Xbox or PlayStation, whatever, and you just fucking chill. I'm hopefully going to be able to save up to get myself a Christmas present, which will be a big box of Lego. I could just shit and do that as well all day. Hopefully, fingers crossed, but I'm a broke-ass bitch. And for some reason, a minifigure of Thor has appeared on my Doctor Strange Sanctum Sanctorum Lego set, and he is not a part of that set. Where have you come from, and why are you there? Mr. Thor, you shouldn't be there. Where have you... Ah, you've come from my... You get a little mini pack for the Infinity Saga stuff with like Korg and Meek and Valkyrie and stuff. You should be there. Why have you moved? Oh, wait, we have all this time. I swear to God, them people, right? The people say they do them auctions, like in Storage Wars, whatever. It's not actually that much of a talent because wait. Before I say that, I'm just speculating it isn't because you see them go 21, 23, 24, and I'm like. Anybody can do that. I thought you did this because there are some. You see that cowboy guy who's doing it, and he's like, and you actually, but like this, you're like the bald guy in Storage Wars. He just goes, 21, 25, 1600, and you're like, any fucker can do that. It's a shit talent. Actually, it should be a good talent because my talent in life is having no actual talent. That in itself is actually a talent, I think, because you're supposed to be good at one thing. And I mean, I am good at sunglasses. If anyone were to ask me, what are you great at? I'm great at sunglasses. If you know, you know. Kicking off with story number 23. The owls are not what they seem. Who? Again, if you know, you know. Who? The owls are not, what do they seem? I don't know if this is spinning off the back of, you know, the birds aren't real, you know, the birds are drones conspiracy, because that's been floating around quite a bit lately. But the owls aren't what they seem, right? What do they seem? They seem adorable, big-eyed, spin-of-the-neck motherfuckers, but also I adore them, but at the same time I'm terrified of them. If you've seen The Fourth Kind, you'll know why. So they are cute bastards, but they're a gateway to aliens. What else could they be? I mean, are they vampires? Because... you know, the whole night and day gimmick, you usually see them at night, or they're usually about at night. They could be vampires, I don't know. But they are. I'm going to have to, this is the only way we can determine this, is I go out and catch an owl. So, hopefully, next week we come back and I will give you an owl report. But the owls aren't what they seem. What the fuck does that mean? I've just done a rhyme like Mr. Bean. I'm going to rip you up and get to that spleen. I know I'm not, that'd be kind of mean. You've got a reason for more bear. Is it bear? Yeah, more bear sightings. Dun, dun, dun. More bears. Right, that's what people have looked out and went, hey, Jimmy, I wonder why we seen so many goddamn bears. Well, Rufus, there is a lot more bears, so the probability is... you're going to see more bears. No, Jimmy, I don't make sense to me, boy. Well, Rufus, you see, you got swan bear, you're going to see one bear. You got 10 bears, you're going to see 10 bears. And you got 20 bears, well, you might see a couple of them might be hidden away asleep somewhere. Okay, probability and mathematics. That's how I see some hillbillies doing mathematics and probability and stuff on some sort of, a porch. This one's kind of sad. Well, no, it's not kind of, it's very, very sad. And I don't know why they would put it, because dead teenager remembered for great hand jobs. How the fuck can you say that? So, here lies whoever it is. Oh, they will be remembered. They were a loving, you know, brother or sister or whatever. You know, loving daughter or son. They give great hand jobs. And you'd be like, the fuck? And unless it's something they wanted to be, unless they really were, like, absolutely, like, when you sat at work and you make fucking, you know, Sebastian's like, hey, Danny boy, have you had one of them hand jobs from whoever? And you'd be like, nah, you've got to get one there to die for. And then quite literally, death happens because the teenager that gives them, maybe they were so good at giving hand jobs, the person that, like, somebody got one and thought, listen, you can't continue because you're just going to ruin relationships because you're so good at giving out old fashions. Men are going to, from far and wide, are going to come to you to get their turkey jerked, and you're so brilliant. But why the fuck would you, dead teenager remembered for great hand jobs? So, if they went out and saved the world, or they're very charitable, they did loads of amazing shit, like, nah, you cured cancer, you could now jerk a cock. And what if that was the priest saying that? You know, was it a eulogy, whatever they say? So, here lies, blah, blah, blah. I don't know any names or anything. Here lies Suzanne. She will be missed. She will be forgotten. Not forgotten. She will be missed and remembered. Especially those great hand jobs there, guys. And you're looking at the priest like, what the fuck? That would be a weird scenario. Man with nothing to declare. has, I think I've written 55 tortoises in his pants. That's right. So he's got to check it. You got anything to declare? No, just me. Well, what's that wriggling in your panties? And then he just pull out jags of tortoises. Why the fuck are you snuggling them in? I'd like to snuggle a tortoise. Is it illegal to bring tortoises back over some sort of border or whatever anyway? And if so, how is there a cap? Or maybe you are allowed, and he thought you weren't allowed, and he thought, oh, where am I going to put Darnie? And I know they're turtles, that weren't going to make sense. These are tortoises. Oh, for fuck's sake. But anyway, imagine you get to the checkout and you stood there like, oh. Because I imagine it was, I could only imagine it was big, some large sort of mustache, chubby sort of fellow. Me in the future, I'll just, no, I've got nothing in my pants. Well, why is it wriggling? Nothing in my pants. And there's just 50, imagine the 55 little bastards that are in there like going, where the fuck are we? They'll think they're being genuinely kidnapped. Mickey, you still there? Yes, Dave, I'm down here. I'm by the bollocks, no! And they'll be shitting themselves. Lost language found, but guess what? No one can read it. So they're just flicked my own snout. Does that now not mean that it's a language? Because what determines shit as a language? Because we've decided that there's English and there's French and there's German and there's loads of other, but for whatever reason I've got stuck. Japanese, Chinese, well, it's Mandarin, isn't it? Italiano. Africa, they speak in lots of parts of Africa, like Nigeria, doesn't they not speak like French and stuff because of history and all the shit that's happened? Anyway, there's loads of different languages and we've sort of given in behind them. Like hieroglyphs, is that really a language or is that just a drawing chart or just loads of doodles? Like how the fuck a bird flew into sun exploded, there's some water. Ah yes, I've got to go to the shop and get some milk. How the fuck do you cipher all that kind of shit? But anyway, lost language found. They're like, that's definitely a language. Why? Because it's probably the unknowns from Pokemon. They're like, well, it just looks like letters. Like, can you read it? Can I fuck? Can anybody know? Well, he's in a language then, and does it fucking matter? But anyway, lost language found. They're all pure excited. Yes, get in. What does it say? Not a clue. Wait, so it could be some sort of hidden prophecy. It can give us some sort of treasure map, just a load of fucking gold. And no one can read it. No. So what's the point in it? Absolutely nothing, but I'm fucking happy I found it. It's like fucking me finding, like, I don't know, a load of gold and be like, hey, can I spend this? Nope, it's fake. But I found loads of gold. Yeah, but you can't do that with it. Oh, it gives a shit. Lost language found. No one can read it. Hopefully, maybe someone out there can decipher it and we can figure out what it says. Imagine if it just says, this is not a language. This is just a warning label. Don't wash your whites with your colours. I think that's what you do in washing. I've never done the washing. Danelle. This is not okay. What's not okay? I've not a fucking clue, because does that mean this right now? Me sat in my room with Doggy, who's very... Why are you such asleep and you're not trying to attack me or something? In fact, I shouldn't say anything. I'm happy you're asleep. You're not chewing on my hand. This chilling, me talking to you, is it okay? Is it okay for you to sit and listen or to stand it? I don't know how you chill at home or wherever you are. I can't imagine... Well, we don't get watched by many people anyway. Can't imagine many people are walking around with my fucking... In fact, if you were doing a test, if you are walking around, this guy's a sex case. He's got a briefcase full of BDSM shit. And he's got recordings of ASMR. If you are walking about now, hopefully people have heard that. And I've made you look like a right prat. Well, you've probably just said, nah, it's him. They'll probably go, oh, I can understand, actually, if it's him. He looks like a fucking freak. Anyway, that's not what about. What's not okay? Annie, we know she was never okay. That was such a cheap joke. Right, no, can't do that. Okay. I just want to go back to that. I don't know if to high five. Fuck it. That was a good one. Right, okay. And that was just on the spot as well. Fuck! Right, okay. What's not okay? Annie, I had to end that last one there. I knew I would have just lived off that joke for the rest of my life. I'm actually going to retell that story, probably to Chris when he comes over for him to look at me like, why is that funny? And I'll be like, everybody laughed. And I don't actually know if everybody laughed because I won't see it. So it's like Schrodinger's cat. I'm saying you did laugh. Anyway, it's time for the sports and weather, where this week we have got, I don't know what the fuck that was. We've got some epic fails to announce.
Sports, yeah, whatever, fuck you.
This week's sport is girls swing water slide fight. It's not even a slide, not even a fight. Why, she did a dodo. She did a no-no, now looks like a dodo. You utter prat the twat. The weather. We have some weird jump rope thing going on for this week's weather. I don't know what they're trying to do. There's the two people and they're holding her like, I jumped the rope. She's like, I'm hoping to God it's not some sort of physical therapy or some shit. Like she's trying to get used to it. It doesn't look like it, but to me it's just like somebody's just like, hey, come on, Vivian, jump over this rope. She's like, and she can't do it. I don't know why they're trying. Just hopefully I haven't offended her there. And now it's time for Dan's happy ending, the day of the week, the part of the episode where we give you a happy ending to send you off for the rest of your weekend. So visuals. Here's my mate Darren, who says, Dan, watch me do flip of the front. And I said, okay, Darren, show me.
Dan's happy ending.
Got the bands. He's got a few twirls and he's bam. Imagine the face plant and the Darren. You're okay. I do a lot of this. You know, the smug thing. Like, I like to smell my own farts. I talk like this, actually. But yeah, Darren did his front flip. He executed the front flip beautifully. But the landing was poorly executed. But he's too legit to quit. So he couldn't do it. So he couldn't quit. But he's got no teeth left. So now oh, Darren. Made a hat out of a book. If it were to rain, my head would stay dry. Onward class. That was quite cool. Imagine that. Dad, do your mathematics. And you're like, ready for class, miss. Thank you for watching this week's Visual Guys News. You guys at Restaurants keep being you, keep it on. And to end the segment, remember, if you decide when you go to the swimming pool, remove any plasters. That's my warm-up exercises. At the start of the video, you know, usually people do the how, hello, I don't know, Peter Pettigrew. She sells seashells by the seashore. Mine's just to get the vocal stuff really going.